A stray puppy accidentally falls into a deep drainage pipe. Instantly, the peaceful moment transforms into panic. The dark and narrow pipe begins to trap the puppy's small paws. A desperate and piercing cry cuts through the silent street. Within seconds, 2 adult stray dogs appear next to the pipe entrance. The mother dog barks desperately, a sound of pure maternal terror. Her paws scratch uselessly at the concrete around the opening. The other dog, probably the father, frantically circles around the drain. His intense barking only echoes in the empty pipe. They quickly realize they cannot reach their puppy. Any attempt to enter the narrow pipe is impossible for their adult bodies. The puppy's cries grow weaker, muffled by the darkness and fear inside the cold pipe. The mother dog reaches a point of paralyzing desperation. But their panic is about to transform into something even more extraordinary. A desperate gamble that would test the limits of trust between animal and human. Officer Marcos was on his routine patrol monitoring the neighborhood. Suddenly, he finds himself confronted by 2 extremely agitated stray dogs. He slowly stops his patrol car, his professional instinct activating. The dogs stand directly in his path, their mouths open, but the barking conveys not aggression but anguish. It was a strange and unnatural scene. Marcos immediately recognizes the potential danger. 2 highly stressed stray dogs could be unpredictable. However, observing their movements, he realizes their posture is not defensive or territorial. It is pleading. They begin to pace back and forth, barking, but their focus is not on him. It is a restless and kinetic fear. The female dog takes a few quick steps toward the patrol car, then turns and runs a short distance, looking back repeatedly. The other dog holds his position, emitting deep and frustrated barks that seem directed at their dilemma rather than at the officer. If this story is touching your heart, hit that subscribe button now. It's free and helps us share more incredible rescue stories like this one. Marcos, relying on his experience reading animal behavior, tries to decipher the incredible message. He knows the danger of 2 agitated dogs near his vehicle. One wrong step, one moment of misunderstanding, and he could be attacked. However, looking at the absolute terror in the dog's eyes, the raw and naked desperation of parents, his intuition tells him this is different. He sees the frantic but non-threatening nature of their plea, understanding they are actively trying to communicate. They are overcoming their survival instincts and natural fear of humans to ask him for help. They are begging him to follow. But what if it was a trap? What if other dogs were waiting for him? The tension is almost unbearable as he remains there, torn between professional risk and the undeniable plea of the parents. This unexpected challenge tests his courage more than any aggressive confrontation. The agonizing slowness of his decision is necessary, but every second feels like a betrayal of the puppy he hasn't seen yet. He has to choose to trust them. He carefully exits his patrol car, keeping his movements slow and predictable, and begins to follow the dogs. With a deep breath and a silent prayer, Marcos follows their desperate lead, unaware of the terrible scene awaiting him at the bottom of a simple drainage pipe. The path is short but filled with tension. The dogs guide Marcos directly to the edge of a sewer with a narrow drainage pipe. Marcos instantly sees the grim reality. The exhausted puppy is deep inside the pipe, barely visible in the darkness. His cries are now weak, broken whimpers. Time, Marcos knows, is running out. He immediately retrieves a rope and flashlight from his patrol car, critical equipment for emergencies. The plan is simple but requires surgical precision. He has to reach inside the narrow pipe, secure a grip on the puppy and carefully pull it out without hurting it. The pipe is deep and the puppy is slippery and scared, meaning it could react unpredictably, stressing its small body beyond capacity. This is the factual danger driving the narrative. The parent dogs stand directly at the edge of the sewer, their bodies tense in protective readiness. Their barking has now shifted, becoming a mixture of fear, impatience and protective aggression directed at the pipe, but not at Marcos. He can feel their palpable anxiety. This is the methodical core of the rescue that builds tension. Marcos's focus is on the precise placement of the rope, his low position, each movement a meditation on control. The emotional perspective is the sustained, high-tension vigilance of the parents, who are restrained only by the faint hope that Marcos represents. Before we continue with this heart-stopping rescue, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss another amazing animal story. Just click that button below. The critical moment, Marcos leans dangerously over the opening and realizes he is still half a meter short of safely reaching the puppy. He knows the pipe is too narrow to enter completely. He has to execute a leaning grab maneuver that puts 90% of his body weight over the unstable edge. He is exposed, vulnerable, and the slightest mistake means disaster for both. Could the small puppy hold on just a few more seconds? The tension intensifies with the terrifying thought, what if he loses his grip? He pushes that fear aside, focusing on the small whimpering puppy. He knows he cannot wait another moment. The puppy is weak. The time for strategy is over. It is time for the riskiest and most vulnerable reach of his life, a move that depends entirely on the fragile and continued trust of two wild hearts. Marcos commits to the final and desperate act. He kneels at the edge, leaning over the pipe opening, his arms extended toward the terrified puppy. He can feel the cold air emanating from the pipe. The image is the terrifying visual climax. The officer, exposed and vulnerable, reaching toward the young life in danger, while the dogs bark intensely just meters behind him, their powerful forms filling his peripheral vision. He manages to secure a grip on the puppy's neck. The effort required to pull it out is immense. The narrow and slippery pipe resists. He strains against the situation, his muscles screaming under the pressure, pulling the small slippery and exhausted body. The parents' barking intensifies, their impatience and fear boiling over, but they remain in place, held captive by their trust in the stranger. Finally, with a sound of release, the puppy is pulled out. Marcos quickly retreats to solid ground, placing the small trembling puppy just out of his immediate reach. The immediate danger is over, but the climax of the emotional drama is yet to come. The puppy lies still for a moment, then gasps, a raspy cough escaping from its chest as it breathes clean air. The fear in Marcos's heart is immediately replaced by immense and flooding relief. Now he braces for the moment when the dog's protective instincts would overcome any gratitude. The expected reaction was aggression or a possessive growl to reclaim their puppy. Marcos slowly backs away, hands open, waiting for the inevitable charge. But the twist is powerful. The two dogs, seeing their puppy safe, do not lunge at him. Instead, the mother dog emits a soft, low sound that is not a bark of aggression, but a sigh of overwhelming relief. She rushes forward and gently nudges the puppy, checking for injuries, her focus completely on her offspring. The other dog stands over them, his guttural breathing now slower, the tension visibly draining from his shoulders. They momentarily ignore Marcos, a silent and powerful acknowledgement of his service that defies their very nature. Marcos realizes he has just witnessed a raw expression of gratitude and relief that transcends the natural chain. With the small puppy safe and reunited with its parents, the immediate drama is over. But the deepest part of the entire encounter, the silent lesson learned, is just beginning. The puppy lies safe on the pavement, slippery but alive. The mother immediately begins the meticulous work of restoration, covering the puppy with warm, vigorous licks, her tongue cleaning the dirt from its fur. The puppy nestles into her, secured by the familiar warmth and comforting scent of its mother. Marcos sits on the edge of the sidewalk, exhausted, his uniform stained, allowing the family the privacy of this intimate and powerful moment. He observes the scene from a safe distance, recognizing he was a temporary agent of fate, his role now complete. This moment is not about strength but about trust and empathy. The dogs had made a choice that defied millions of years of survival instinct. They chose hope and survival through a stranger. Marcos's willingness to risk everything and the dog's astonishing willingness to trust him created a necessary moment of cross-species cooperation. This emotional outcome reinforces the idea that a parent's love and the need to survive are universal forces that transcend barriers between species. The central message is clear. Empathy is the most powerful survival tool. Finally, the mother finishes her cleaning, nudging the puppy to stand up. It staggers, but it stands. The mother turns and looks directly at Marcos. She holds his gaze for a long, quiet moment, her eyes conveying an undeniable and powerful recognition. The other dog stands beside her before they both turn and walk away down the street, their forms moving side by side, protecting their precious offspring. The emotional outcome is complete. A fragile life saved and a tacit bond forged in a moment of desperation. Marcos remains breathless, knowing this profound memory will be the most defining moment of his career. This video is a powerful reminder that every creature, no matter how vulnerable, depends on compassion. If you believe in the power of empathy, subscribe to our channel right now. It's free and it helps us share more stories like this one. And before you go, click on the video on your screen now to see the incredible and moving aftermath of another animal rescue that will leave you speechless. Thank you for watching and remember to always choose kindness.